This is a continuation to the video Mac problem that was posted a couple of days ago. If you have not seen it, please stop the video, go watch that one. It'll make things a lot easier for you. But I will go ahead and explain. I had the same problem again tonight, and I made a very clear note of what had happened. Essentially, I had started iPhoto by mistake, and I was clicking and holding, waiting for the context menu to come up, and it didn't, and the dock just froze solid. Not only that, I could not navigate through the spaces, I could not get into any other apps. Adium was running in the background. I believe I had iTunes running as well. And what had happened was, like I said, I just couldn't get into any of them, yet they were still running in the background. So I thought, okay, why not try to relaunch the Finder? So I did, and that just made things a heck of a lot worse. But essentially, I've come up with, I think I've figured out what's going on. So it follows this typical chain of events. The application or that I'm working in, or possibly the Finder, will freeze at some unexpected time, and it is completely random. And basically I'm just unable to do anything about it. As a result, I pretty much have no choice except to shut it down, and do so by holding in the power switch. And sometimes it'll power back up immediately, sometimes it won't, so I usually turn it back on immediately to check. So it didn't, and then I checked, and it just sat there with the white screen. And again, for those of you who have not seen this, if you want an example of that, go to the video Mac problem for further information. But so it gives me the white screen, and I just leave it sit there. Then I switch it off. I've been checking it every hour, but I think I found out, essentially what happens is whenever the application freezes and it goes into that state of not wanting to shut down or not wanting to boot, and in case anybody's wondering, it's not, I know that whenever there's a hard drive issue, it's supposed to come up with an icon of a question mark on top of a hard disk. That's not happening. Okay, the screen is just completely white and nothing's happening. And again, for those of you who needing a more clear example, go to Mac Problem, the Mac Problem video for that. But if I leave it sit for approximately 3 to 4 hours, that clears it up. And somebody suggested that possible overheat. I don't know. I would think that if it were overheating, that it would shut down automatically. It has not done that. It just sits there, no matter how long I leave it. And if I leave it, like I said, 3 to 4 hours is usually how long it takes. I'm thinking what's going on is too much information has entered. Possibly the RAM is possibly. I would say it's either RAM or CPU overload, causing a complete bottleneck of information. Basically, too much is happening at once. And again, this doesn't happen too often, but I will say it started happening more and more. Somebody suggested the RAM might be bad. I was going to basically, if it was still non-operational in the morning, I was going to go ahead and take it into the Apple Store. I think what I might do now is set up Apple support to call me. But I've pretty much concluded what's going on. And to recap again, an application will freeze, or the dock will freeze, or something will freeze and just quit working and carry over into the Finder, making all other applications inaccessible for that period of time. And then when I try to access, if I try to relaunch the Finder, again, no dice. I have to essentially do an improper shutdown. So I shut down the Mac, I power it back up just to make sure everything's okay. It just gives me that white blank screen, and again, the video Mac problem will describe that. But you go, it has the white screen, and I just shut it down, and I've pretty much concluded that if I leave it for 3 to 4 hours, that it will be cleared up. I cannot explain what's going on. Zen3K, if you are watching, I can't remember if you subscribe to my videos or not, but if you are watching, I know that you are an Apple technician and I could greatly use your help. But that's pretty much it. That's basically what's going on, and I've got everything backed up on a Time Machine hard drive, and I've also got my school information on this thumb drive here. So as far as valuable information, essentially everything is on these two devices. So I don't necessarily have anything major that I would lose from this. But there is one other problem. If they want me to make an exchange of this MacBook, I use NeoOffice, and unfortunately Snow Leopard is incompatible with that. Now, I do have Microsoft Office on here that I could use for a backup, but I hear that Snow Leopard does have some glitches. They are minor, but they are noticeable, and I'd rather wait until the bumps in the road with Snow Leopard get ironed out. I am personally considering an upgrade to it, maybe for Christmas, but essentially that's what happens, and if it happens again, I will take it into the Apple Store. The trouble is, the reason I want to wait until it happens to take it into the Apple Store is to have some evidence. If I have to, I'll take in that video that I made. Again, Mac problem, to have a better look at that. But I don't know. The trouble is the semester has started and I am busy as a student, so I don't have an awful lot of time on my hands to go in and go into the Apple Store. If I absolutely have to, I will. 3-day weekend. I don't know if they would be open on Labor Day. My assumption is they probably will be, but we'll just have to see. But I'd like to hear your input though before I take any further action. Now that I have a better idea of what's going on, and thus you guys do. And again, for those of you who are coming into this for the first time, please watch that Mac problem video first. Otherwise, you're going to be you might ask me, could you show us exactly what's going on? All I'm going to tell you is go watch that video, because that video has an example of exactly what's going on. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. Comments are welcome. Insults against me will get you blocked, and have a nice evening. Thank you, everybody, in advance for your help, those of you who contribute to this situation.